Yay!
Hello everyone, TMan 978. Thank you for tuning in for TMan's How To Transform Fans Toys Roadking. I'm going to just start with the legs. The instructions tell you something otherwise, but I'm going to just start with the legs. For now, I'm going to put his arms like that. Lift the skirts up. All of them. Just lift them up. And let's start with this leg over here. We can shut this. Go ahead and bring that down like that. On this side, we need to rotate this wheel around so it's just a flat panel, and we can go ahead and rotate this light in like that. Now we can bring this wheel out like this. I'm going to try not to do any cuts, but if I mess up or anything, or if the camera stops recording, I'm not going to have no choice. But now we can bring this in like this. And go ahead over here and untab these and open this up right here. That kind of frees this up. Kind of like bring it down so that can be out of the way right there. Now we can get all of this out right here. While we're here, we can shove the smokestack up and bring this just out of the way for now. We also have to grab the wheel, pull it down like this, and then out. Before we forget, you need to bring this up kind of between the wheels so it can have clearance, and pull that up. Once it clears the wheels, it will go up into this canister right there and be out of the way. Now, let's just go ahead and rotate this out of the way. But this thing right here needs to plug in to the die-cast bar right here. Alright, now this thing right here, which I think is just chrome plastic, but it could be die-cast. It needs to come between this panel right there. But we don't need to do anything with that just yet. But it just make sure you put it right there. Lift this up. Rotate the wheels in like this. But just kind of lift that up for now. Bring this panel down and inward. Over here, you can go ahead and attach that and rotate the smokestacks in. I don't know if it's going to fall apart, but we can start connecting things right here and bring this underneath of this piece and tabbing that in the front. We might as well just leave it like it is because we need to connect everything over here. Like this door needs to wedge into that side. So, all right, bring this down, shut that. Go ahead and rotate this wheel in, which on this side seems to stick. Rotate it this way and up. Go ahead and flip this light around, and now we can shut this up. My hand's assy from this thing scraping it. I'm not gonna worry. I try to put on lotion before these reviews, but this thing is scratching the heck out of me. Open this up and open that up. Kinda unhinge it so we can get this out of the way. I keep not doing this, but we might as well just tab this in first. All right. And now we need to pull this out right there and pull this little gray thing out of the bar between the wheels and into the canister again on this side. All right, this needs to go inside of the die-cast bar. We can go ahead and, I guess, swing this little piece out. Come on, you. And swing this around into this direction. Lift this up. Swing the wheels down. Bring this up in that orientation. Bring this up. Go ahead and connect all that. Let this thing stay like that. Bring this around. Bring that under there. Okay. Now we're going to need to start connecting things together. Shut that together and bring these down over top of that. These are pretty much the locking points, and we need to make sure that this is tabbed together. And I make sure this is tabbed together. One of the pieces I can feel that it came loose. Oh, I'm skipping a massively necessary step. We need to grab this door and shut that. I say massively necessary because lift that up if you didn't. Because on Studio Series Megatron, he doesn't have this step. Bruh. Trying not to do jump cuts. So I know I've gotten comments from a bunch of people that work on a different mental level than me that have issues with jump cuts. They just can't follow it and it messes their mind up. But this little thing that you plug into the bar came out of there. So that should already be in there. I'm gonna cut the rest of this out So yeah, this metal piece right here needs to connect, and this needs to connect. And you can't see it from this direction. You connect that together and we wrap this around to doubly hold it into place. And now we can smash the cab together. These kind of overlap, and we can make sure the stacks are back here. Right here, you can try and try, but that will not peg together. But basically, so this won't keep moving around, this thing right here needs to fit in between this notch right there. Do that on both sides. This is a weird bend right here, but somehow miraculously that holds this together so it won't keep falling back. Now here we're gonna squeeze the arms shut on both sides, lift that up, put the arm in here, put the hand in, shut that on both sides. And now we can go ahead and turn the head around, lift this up, the bottom part of the chest, lift that up and bring this forward. Bring these panels back up again. And right here, we need to unlatch this, unlatch this, and we can grab this backpack, wiggle it because there are some clips underneath of here that are holding things into place. Bring it out, and this hinge right here needs to come down and out. Once you get that out, before you forget, you might as well rotate these. These little panels might get in your way a little tiny bit. But while the wheels are out, now we can unpeg these shoulders out of the socket. Stretch them straight. And when we rotate this, it will bring this part out. Now we need to shove that back in. Position the arms like that on both sides. Swing this in, which will bring this out unless the wheels go in there and block it. Bend this hinge down. Oh yeah. Shove this in. Bring the arms down and they tab together. Now, that little tab is visible in robot mode. I didn't complain about that in the review because I didn't notice it. It didn't bother me. Open these panels up. But while I was watching my review later, after I put it on YouTube, I noticed that there, and I was like, you know what? Watch somebody sees that thing right there, and they're gonna be so upset about it. Their eyes are just gonna laser focus on it. But anywho, I guess we can leave them out until they have to go and they don't have any choice. But we can untab this, bring that out, pull that down. All this stuff is self-explanatory, only goes in one direction. So basically we're just going to be unhinging everything so that it can collapse over his body. But before we get to that part anyway, let's prepare the legs because that is massively important. We need to get these double jointed knees out and basically equal. And the thighs need to go behind there, but these need to bend out into such a way that when you put the legs up like that, they're hidden in there like this. Like that's what it needs to look like. Now we can continue to mess with this stuff. Basically start unhinging everything right here, and there are some tabs right here that are hard to grab, but but basically these need to come down. To be honest with you, the first time I transformed this back to a robot, I didn't put these up and it's still transformed. So it's almost not even necessary. But now everything is unfolded on that side. We need to do the same thing over here. Unfold all this. Get these things down. And this thing is a nightmare to film because you see all this? Everything's dangling and floating. Like, if I wasn't doing this behind a camera, it would be so much easier. So I hope y'all are following me. Now, so we got all of this. Of course, it needs to be in this direction. We need to rotate it this way. Before we get it all the way into place, we need to bend these like this. Kind of get it into this orientation. Like these two hinges need to be straighter, but get it kind of in this orientation. They're gonna have to be up a little bit. So just get it so that it could be like that. All right. Now we can lift this up. These two slot into there. That's what makes the whole thing sturdy. Slot that into there. And now we can make sure we cram all this. We can actually put these panels on top of there. And if one thing to note, if this isn't straight on both sides, if that's not straight, it's gonna get on your nerves. So clamp all that together. Clamp that into place. And these side skirts need to perfectly fit into there and there. Let's try that on this side. The side skirts need to be straight to go inside of here. These are 2 tabs. I suggest getting the top end first. And make sure that the side skirts are in. Alright. Alright. Now, back here, somebody put on Facebook. Here's a stereo system in there. But we can unfold this and this. Put it like that. And kind of overlap this with that side. Bring it down and clamp it. Oh man. Clamp it on top of the back door. Down here, we need to bring this out. Rotate this around this little thing and over that notch. Rotate it over this thing and over that notch. Straighten up the wheels. Bring them back up, and these little notches go into the holes right there. For some reason it was just stopping, but basically get these over the little hole and force it in. So once you collapse everything together up front and fold this under there, And once you collapse that into here, the thing is pretty much sturdy. But for whatever reason, this is not. They didn't put any type of like clicking point right there. And like I said, no matter what you do, you cannot get that clamped together. And of course, you can store the sword and gun right there. I would not stick the gun's peg all the way through. I mentioned that in the review. But here you are. Everything should be pegged together nice and tight. If it's not, just go over it and fix it. But everything stays. Alright, robot mode transformation. I'm going to try to just focus on the back. I think I can just transform the whole top of his body without worrying about anything else. But basically, we need to start untabbing this stuff right here. And when this is in front of you, you will have a easier time transforming it. But one thing to note, like this stuff all folds together flat and only one type of way. So watching me do it right now might be helpful, but really truthfully, it kind of works for itself. I'm unpegging all this stuff. Gonna do it on both sides. You gotta like kind of lift this up, which I did, and that will free up all this stuff right here. Wiggle it out of place right there. Then we can shimmy it out of there. Now this stuff, basically, and let me not forget these. Let's fold these up first on both sides. Fold them up. But basically, like I'm saying, even if you can't remember, they basically fold in one way. So that's very friggin' helpful. Hold on, I'm gonna readjust the camera. This thing gets rather tall, but we gotta pop the wheels out of the bottom here. Then we can go ahead and bring them down. Fold this around the notch and around that notch. Bring that down. It's 2 notches. Then we can squeeze the wheels kind of together in this orientation. And basically leave it like that. Go ahead and let this dangle down. We can lift this up into place. Go ahead and bring, which way? This down like that. Fold this like that so that tab can be out. Bring this down, fold that back. Go ahead and kind of like collapse that like that. Then bring it like this. Jeez. This collapses in like this. And brings that together. And now these 2 tabs together. Alright, I didn't want to have jump cuts in here, but this hinge, this is a double hinge. You need to make sure that bottom hinge is absolutely pushed up to the highest point, or else this won't sit in there flush. Once you get that in there flush, this can close into there. Now, this put itself in there sooner than I want it, but basically we need to rotate this around this way. Once we have this together, bring these little pegs down like that. They need to be down like that, but don't shove this into his back yet, because we need to transform the arms first. They peg in right here, swing that out. These need to swing in. If the shoulders are, if the wheels are in there, you can't do it. So what you need to do to get that happening is we need to extend it right here. Then we can rotate this in. Go ahead, rotate the shoulder back like this and shove that into place. Extend this joint right here. Swing that back. Put the shoulder into place. Push that down like that. We could now do this. Bring the stomach in. And now we can push the wheels into the body. Come on, you. You know it, bro. Make sure that hinge right there on the back of his head is absolutely lift. Now we can shove this. Those two pegs will grab on the side and we can bring this down like this. Swing the shoulders into place. We could rotate the head around at this point. Make sure this is pressed down. That might come up. Swing that around. Might as well just finish the arms while we're here. This is self-explanatory. Y'all don't need me to explain every single step. So now we just have the whole car. Truck. Bring that down like that. Go ahead and start detaching everything. Like gently, like wiggling. This thing right here needs to come up off of there and go straight. We can lift these panels up while we're here. Might as well rotate the wheels up on both sides. Detach this stuff. You can go ahead and separate everything else that is attached. I'm going to straighten one leg out and start on this side. This black panel, bend that down and rotate this gray panel in. Start swinging it into the inside again. This panel right here, bring that in. And we can fold this up, wrap that around, and then clamp the wheels around that. This stuff right here, I'm probably going to cut away. This is very difficult to get out of this peg, or at least it was the last time I tried it. But you're probably going to need a spudger or a tool to get that out. I'm not going to make y'all watch me do that. The easiest way to do it was I just took the spudger and forced it through that little hole. But now it's just dangling. This should be actually turned this way. All right. This door can come around that tab and shut in there. We can push these stacks down, move it outside for now to get out of the way. Now we can, this little joint right here, gray joint, you can grab that and push it into there. But you have to bring it in between the wheels to do that. Now we can start bringing this up into here. It's way easier to get in there than it is to get out. That peg right there is a peg up there. It is hard to get this bottom peg out. It's easy to get the top one out. The bottom one is nuts. But basically just freaking gently rock until it comes out, or try to use a spudger or something. I don't know where my good spudger is. This one bites. Bruh. I don't know why that peg sits so tight, but I got it out. We can bring that down. Now we can bring this forward, the heel, and there's another heel. Well, oh no, it goes this way. We can bring this wheel in, and over here we can rotate this down and around and flip this around. Okay. Now, on this side, we could put all this stuff up in there and start shutting this over here. You need to shove this over this, which holds the whole lower leg together. Actually, we could shut that last. Then peg these into place up there. Bend this back, and there's a leg. Done, basically. Over here, shut this panel, shut that door, bring this down and clamp that together. Go ahead and bring this to the inside. Open this black part, and this little hinge right here needs to go inward. All right, same thing right here, but with pushing this little piece out through there. I'm gonna pause once again because it is very difficult. Yeah, it wasn't that difficult that time. I got it through. But shut this door, bring the stack down, bring that out like that. Now we need to take this gray piece, bring that in there. Oh yeah, bring it through the middle of the wheels and right there. This thing is scratching my friggin' hands up. Bring the wheels. This little piece needs to go, I guess we could put it, no, I had it this way last time. This needs to go up under there, and that needs to be like that. Now over here, we need to get this unpegged, top and bottom. Everything's easier on this side. Bring all that into there. Go ahead and bring this out. Bring the heel out. Shut this wheel. Bring this wheel down. Rotate. Rotate the light right here. And leave that like that for now while we bring this into position and shut this over the bottom of the foot. Bring that into place. Bring this down and straighten the legs out. bring the hip skirts down, and holy moly, he's good to go. So most of the work is in the legs, basically. Uh-oh, I didn't turn this all the way. But yeah, he's a robot. This separates in some type of way. I'm guessing that's for combine mode. I don't know how to make that separate. I've been pulling around with it, and I could tell there's like a metal hinge there that does something. So wait, does this unlock? I don't know. I don't have the instructions for the combine mode. Cross that bridge when we get there, if I can get there, because this isn't my figure. But anyway, thank y'all for watching this. Until next time, TMan 978 out of here. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos.